Little breaking news before the show. Thank
Look at
you.
that. First
Thank
things
you.
happened during GPS and now before GPS, so we could actually talk about it.
I love it.
Daniel Jones to the Minnesota Vikings.
Woo! Vikings fans, what do you think? How much does this help you? Wow. I hope Dan Jones comes in for a gadget play and runs for a 40-yard touchdown against the Green Bay Packers.
Well, baby. We here. You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. You don't want to put your headphones back on?
Gekbus. No, I mean, I can. I've got a proper setup now.
Look at you.
I can hear.
He was a gamer boy. She said, see you later, boy.
Yeah.
He wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I just kidding. Your skater boy works for you too, so.
I got
That's true, Axel.
I have a mixer and it does voice effects, but it doesn't come through on StreamYard. So
that doesn't make sense.
I don't know how to.
Is the microphone
figure that
is
out.
it set up to be your new mic?
Uh-huh.
Beautiful. I mean, listen, we got a lot of breaking news going on. One, Brandon Perna got a new microphone. That's the most important thing. One,
so make me sound less disgusting.
You don't sound like you're dying today. Well,
Mike was like, "I'll help you, kid."
Yeah, that's good. It just lifts you up. And also, Daniel Jones signing with the Minnesota Vikings, which, to be fair, not the most surprising thing, considering that you got a cable backup now, and like Axel said, you don't have to worry about other QBs beating in the playoffs. Daniel Jones did it, so 5D chess right there. Don't got to worry about that.
Get rid of the one guy who wrecked your season.
Yep.
Or sign the one guy who wrecked your season. Smart move. Yeah, I want to talk about this Dan Jones thing for a bit here. We're also going to go into the playoff simulator and figure out every team's playoff chances. There's a cool simulator you can do, and we'll mess around with that and see what happens there.
I don't think so. No rules.
We'll touch on the Cowboys too, because Jerry Jones is not hinting that Mike McCarthy is gone in any way, shape, or form.
If he gets a contract extension, I'm going to die laughing. And so the Lions released James Houston yesterday. I don't think so, just because these past couple years have not been productive. He had that one really, really good season a couple years back where he was a monster. But, I mean, I know the Packers need pass rushers. Maybe they'll bring him in for a workout, but he really hasn't been that great these past two seasons.
There's just got to be a disconnect there too, I think, with James Houston and the Lions.
What'd you do now?
What'd you do now? It's in the blop, dog.
Oh, it's in the blop. Okay.
I said it's nice to see CTESPN got accredited to ask questions.
Dog. There you go. Got the blop. Got the blop. Nope. Guess what? That still sounded gross. Yeah, I heard you were doing a loogie count.
I was like, Tom does a flag counter today. We got loogie counter. Disgusting. If you ever want to know the difference between Tom and I,
it's the size of Brandon's
great experience watching a live stream and just disgusting. Great experience with Tom. Disgusting. Why does this guy keep doing this? Why does YouTube allow this to happen?
I wouldn't use disgust as my
revolting, bad,
no,
immature.
Aren't we all?
Okay, no, we really are.
I'm wearing pajama pants. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little gift I give to myself.
You're surrounded by Green Bay collectibles. We are.
Yeah, 100%. Not a reflection of my lost childhood in any way, shape, or form. Everybody's fine. Everyone's doing fantastic. But folks, let's talk about Daniel Jones.
Just got his childhood back.
Well, Daniel Jones has another opportunity to go into the postseason. Can I just say, what if we just set up this scenario where Sam Darnold, right? Maybe he comes out for a play, but it's the final play of the game, and Daniel Jones throws a game-sealing interception, and now for the second time, Daniel Jones beats the Vikings in the playoffs. I'm just saying, I want to live in that world. I would very much like to live in the world where Daniel Jones is responsible for 2 Vikings losses in the playoffs.
Sure.
I want to live there. I want to pick up my bags, and I want to go there.
That situation not going to happen. The amount of insanity that would have to run through Kevin O'Connell's head to be like, we got this game in the bag. Let me put in Dan Jones, and instead of kneel the ball, I want him to fire one downfield for us.
That's it. Dan Jones, he goes to kneel it. He's like, I still got this. This is fine. I'm going to get my confidence back. Just Brett Favre's it right over the middle. Pick 6. Done. Game over.
A more likely scenario, Sam Darnold gets hurt in a game in the playoffs where the Vikings are ahead and Dan Jones comes in and gradually they lose the game by mistakes he makes.
I'll never wish injury on Sam Darnold, but
I'm saying that's the only way it could happen.
If there's a scenario where Daniel Jones can lose the Vikings another playoff game, I will happily take it. Nice. Happily. We'll see, D. All right. We'll see. Yeah. We'll come down. We'll come down. Isaiah,
this is interesting for a few reasons. One, you just don't see teams release guys like Isaiah. That caught me off guard. Talking about Dan Jones, your dog died. That does suck. We are sorry. Sometimes you guys just hit us with terrible news, and it stuns me. I don't want to ignore it, but I'm sorry. Dan Jones, alive, not dead. But he's been released by the Giants. He was released by the Giants. Tom, they get me. They get me. It just derails my transition.
Daniel Jones, not dead. I don't know.
The Giants did not put Daniel Jones down.
My God.
I'm so they let him go. They opened the gates and they let him go. All right. That's what they
go to a nice farm upstate. He gets to run around. Yeah. There's open, wide fields. He loves it there.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Daniel Jones going to see that happen. And then Jones clears waivers, right?
Yeah.
Because teams, I think they have more respect for quarterbacks than any other position. We'll let this man choose his destiny.
Sure.
Which is nice. And then it comes out that he wanted to go play for a contender, which I understand.
So why go to the Vikings?
And then I think it was Schefter today said he wanted to go to a place with a nurturing offensive head coach. And Kevin O'Connell checked all those boxes. Contender, nurturing head coach, which I thought was an interesting choice of words. I should double check to see who said that. I feel like it was Schefter or Rappaport. But does that mean he didn't feel like Brian Daboll was nurturing enough? It's just an interesting little tidbit to be thrown out there.
Well, I mean,
and I do think he helps the Vikings in that they get a big upgrade at backup QB right now.
Absolutely. And like, even if like Sam Darnold doesn't get re-signed, right? Like there's potential there, because you're going to have JJ next year. And and have folks battle it out in camp. Perna also got a fitty. But to your point, I think maybe it's the perception of the league, but it's also what I've heard about KOC has been very positive in his relationship with players. Yeah. And we've also gotten a glimpse into that, right? Like that clip that went viral a couple weeks ago with Anthony Richardson, right? Which has aged very well, in which he's like, hey, like you're going to be in here a long time, like really hyping up. We talked about it on the show and just like hyping up Anthony Richardson and giving him all like, that the positivity there. So I'm not surprised that this is a place where, hey, he's already doesn't have to compete to be a backup, right? Like he's going to be an upgrade, like you said. And 2, depending on how Sam Darnold does, like he might be able to get some playing time and is working with, an offense that has been doing well this year. So, yeah, I think KOC is a good coach to want to go to. And because I think he's a good coach. I thought he was a good coach when the Vikings grabbed him. So I just wish
Dan Jones wanted to be nurtured by Cock, and now he's going to be nurtured by Cock.
Yep.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Any super chat that has a 4 in it from now on getting that clip.
You're gonna regret
AOC, Daniel Jones, new, big, nurturing KOC.
Hey, that has a 4 in it, Brandon.
What's that?
That's got a 4 in it.
Okay, you're with.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
This is gonna be one of those shows. But yeah, no, I like this move for the Vikings. One, because like I said, I hope Daniel Jones loses them another playoff game. But two, I think that this is a good move in terms of just shoring up backup QB. God forbid anything happens to Sam Darnold.
God forbid.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. They had Mullins and Brett Ripp in there. So that's
an upgrade. That's an
upgrade. What was I gonna say?
Let's go. Congratulations, Craig. I thought you were saying that you had a boy and it was 28 pounds coming out. And I was like, that's wrong. I'm like, that's not something's gone wrong. It's a very large head, but okay. Congratulations. Now having a girl.
That's a big kid to get to 28 pounds that fast. That's crazy. Bracket cards.
Kids gonna be swole. Let's go. Congratulations. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go.
And I think Dan Jones, like, did he want to beat Rodgers to the Vikings? Is that the move there? It's like, Aaron. I'm getting.
He's like, I'm not going there. Nay. Spot is already filled.
Yeah.
Nay.
So, did you see Rodgers talking on McAfee too this week?
No.
Okay.
What happened?
Don't you dare call my savior, Bo Nix, a fraud. Who are you? Nick Wright? Nick Wright? Is this Nick Wright's burner? I watched two things. I watched a McAfee clip and I watched a First Things First clip for Nick Wright's Mahomes Mountain, where they rank all the quarterbacks. Mahomes is always at the top. That's the shtick. Bo Nix was in the middle, and Nick's like, I'm on record saying Bo Nix is the quarterback most likely to trick people into thinking he's good this year. And I was like, okay, Bo's playing very well. I do not believe that, but I swear to Christ, if that fucker is right, if Bo plays terrible next year and I got to listen to that chief loving SOB dog on my quarterback in 2025, it's going to be rough. So I'm bracing for all scenarios. I don't think he's going to be right. I think Bo Nix is very good. Rodgers was on McAfee addressing the rumors that, he would want to leave the Jets if he did come back. He basically said he hasn't decided whether or not he's going to play in 2025. He never once said that he would want to play somewhere else. So he was basically saying Rossini's report was all bullshit. And he said it in a nicer way than that, but that's what they got to.
I would assume because I think he said it like his first choice would be like New York staying.
He said, yeah, be stay here.
Yeah, we stay here. I think it's just gonna be a matter of does he want to play again or not? Yeah. I think that's what it's gonna come down to in the offseason of like taking time, might get away from the game and say, all right, do I want to go play football and go through this? Especially depending on what the Jets do in the offseason. I think that's going to be a big indicator of, hey, are we actually going to try to make a run here? Or there we go. Hey, skate. All right. No torn ligament, but a torn meniscus. Okay. All right. So could be worse. Okay. All right. It could be worse.
Meniscus is, I think that's the best one to do. I think that one can heal, right? You could live with the tear. You can rehab through it. Yeah.
Hey, enjoy that Thanksgiving game. Let's go. ACL,
MCL, LCL, any of those tear, you gotta do stuff.
Yeah. That's not gonna be good. But I mean, like Rodgers, yeah, because he also was talking about I didn't see the clip, but I didn't know that was from McAfee. So he was also talking about how he didn't want to go on IR if he wasn't injured. Like he wouldn't go on IR unless he was. So
I wouldn't want to go to the hospital if I wasn't hurt. Makes sense. I don't need to go to the dentist if I don't need a cleaning.
Well, I mean, you could go to the dentist for other things besides cleaning.
I don't want to go. I don't need a root canal.
You should. Well, those are two different things. Cleaning and a root canal. I mean, you should go to the dentist. Decently regularly. Like every 6 months. Just
Aaron Rodgers' time in New York has been like a root canal for
That's
Jets
fair.
fans.
That is very fair.
One that keeps getting infected, by the way.
But yeah. So is he going to play these last 6 games? I think if he does, I think that might indicate he could come back. If he's like willing to play out these 6 games and kind of just be like, all right, it's garbage. Like, let's see what we got. I think might be trending and will come back. But do the Jets want him back? Because they cleaned house. They're going to have to get a new head coach. They're going to have to get a new GM. I know the contract's there, but decisions going to have to be made.
Gobble, gobble turkey.
What is gobble, gobble turkey?
Just gobble, gobble, gobble turkey from Jive Turkey Gobblers. It's
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble turkey. Yeah, that's like when they hire a new coach in GM, there's so many questions. Does a GM get to operate how he wants to operate, or is he beholden to Woody Johnson? Is the new head coach and GM 2 guys who want Rodgers there for the next season? If it's not Rodgers, what's their plan at quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be in a position to draft a guy?
Yeah.
They're close right now. Where's their draft pick? It is 7th. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me refresh. Just double check.
If it changed.
7th at Tankathon. Sometimes you don't refresh. It just.
I think it's KC Raiders, honestly. That's going to be a bigger. Snooze fest. I mean, it might just be a one-sided game.
I will say this. I don't know if KC Vegas will be a snooze fest. Kansas City has played every game too closely.
Yeah.
And the Raiders, they're not a good football team.
No.
Minshew's out. That's a big X factor for them.
Yeah, AOC's looking to start.
But they played a respectable game against Denver. Denver won by a bit, like 10 points, but that game was close. And they didn't feel like a team that was giving up. Like, I cut the lines where I gave the Raiders a lot of credit. I was like, God, they don't need this. Let's get this out of the video.
Yeah.
But I was impressed by the way that they played. So that game might be interesting. Chiefs will still win. But I think the Raiders could take it down the wire.
Well, it was a close game when they played earlier this season. And that's what I was saying with the Chiefs. I'm curious to see how their divisional games are going to go for the rest of the year because they have a bunch of them. So they were close for every single game. Obviously, the Broncos was the closest in the block field goal, but like the Chargers game was pretty close. The Raiders game was pretty close. And as we've seen this season in particular, how wonky these divisional games could be. Yeah, I just think that maybe with AOC, it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride, and it might be a little bit more one-sided. I think the Giants-Cowboys game is just going to suck.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be good football.
Yeah, I think you actually hit the nail on the head, where if Sam Darnold continues to play this well, I think he's the guy more likely to leave Minnesota, because not that he wouldn't want to stay with the Vikings, but he's going to want a big contract. If he's earned a 3-year deal like Baker Mayfield did,
sure.
Like, unless Minnesota's like, look, Sam, we still want you to be the starter while McCarthy develops behind you. We'll give you a 3-year, I don't know, call it like a $90 million deal or something.
Okay.
Then maybe he stays. Like, that's an interesting decision too for Minnesota. But if he wins a game or two in the playoffs, there's going to be a couple teams. Maybe the New York Jets bring him back. No, I wish. But like maybe there's a team out there
amazing
who's like, okay, we'll give Sam Darnold that contract. He's earned it. He's clearly not broken like we thought he was. And then Dan Jones is the guy like, hey, you can start the season, or you're going to back up JJ. We need you here. Like, I don't know which team's going to look at Dan Jones as a better starting option over Sam Darnold. And they're both on – Sam's was just a 1-year deal with Minnesota, right?
Yeah, so he's there. You only have one QB under into 2025. That's JJ. Well, I think it's going to be – Perna, I'm going to let you deal with this. I think – oh, no, don't worry. It's going to get worse with these upcoming Super Chats.
I think it's got to be in the 40s now, guys.
Oh, because
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Oh, not triples.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Are you happy with what you've done? Are you happy?
No. It's in the 40s. New rule in the 40s. The rest of you will be grandfathered in, but it's in the 40s from now on.
I think Daniel Jones, to your point, though, I think Daniel Jones, his trajectory is likely going to be bring him in during the offseason in camp, potentially for that pseudo, but maybe QB1 backup role.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like you bring in a rookie quarterback and you're starting him and you're like, all right, let's see if Daniel Jones can outplay this rookie quarterback and maybe we can sit the guy for a bit. That's where I see him going, like just to someone who's going to get, and there's going to be teams that get brand new quarterbacks, in this coming offseason in the draft, and then they bring in a guy to compete and or to be the QB1 until they're ready for their rookie to take over.
Yeah, Dan Jones to me feels like he is on his the beginning of his journey of a great veteran backup quarterback.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, again, he's a capable quarterback, which I don't think he's going to get a huge payday unless he has like a Sam Darnold resurgence.
Yeah.
And gets an opportunity.
Payday.
But that's also why I think for Daniel Jones, you want to go to like a KOC because you could just learn from them, get nurtured, right? But it's more of there's not going to be a ton of pressure. You won't have to play, but you have the opportunity to, and you can refine some of your skills before next season where you're going to be looking for a new job.
Yeah. And by skills, throwing the football.
Be backing up Darnold next year. Oh, it's 444.
You got Darnold, Danny, and then JJ?
That's it. I think the Vikings should give a $100 million contract to Sam Darnold. JJ McCarthy should get traded to the Falcons so that they have two quarterbacks that they really have no idea about. And maybe one of them will work out.
Yeah. Or they send JJ to the Jets so the Jets can ruin him, and then they'll take him back when they're ready to cultivate him.
There you go. Hey, Dart, congratulations on getting married. Doesn't want to see football during the reception. Why are weddings on Sundays, and how do I watch? Well, that's why, Bluetooth earbuds are really good. Just get like one of the really small ones and just like put one in one ear and, go
also,
about
that's on you, Dart. Agreeing to a Sunday wedding.
Yeah, I feel like you had to you choose to agree to a Sunday wedding.
You discuss. Well, no, you're right, Dart. It is actually a 99% to 1 discussion.
It's true.
You do what she wants. You're actually playing the game perfectly.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What was I even thinking?
Earbud. Gotta go. Earbud. All right, so that's not Nick Wright's burner account, Perna, so you don't have to worry about that.
You said some dumb shit like him, so.
Yep.
But I respect this bounce back. Okay, I respect it.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Buffalo all the way this time, indeed. But yeah, Daniel Jones signing with the Vikings. I think it's a good, safe decision for Daniel Jones. I think it's a good decision for the Vikings to get a capable backup. Yeah. And we'll see if Daniel Jones actually takes any meaningful snaps with the Vikings. Again, I hope he loses them a playoff game. I'm trying to manifest this into the universe. 1,000,000%.
Sure.
You want to talk about the Cowboys and good old Jerry Jones, because Cowboys fans have been waiting for this national nightmare to be over for quite some time in terms of this season and the reign of terror. But Jerry Jones came out yesterday saying that there is definitely a possibility that Mike McCarthy gets an extension after this season. It is not out of the realm of possibility, which, oh boy, I thought we were kind of on the same page in McCarthy, and I still think there's a good chance McCarthy is not the head coach of Dallas by the end of the season. But boy, oh boy, Cowboys fans heard that and were like, that might be my breaking point. That might be, I gotta go. It's true.
It's like, like buttholes, everybody has one.
That was awesome.
You don't want your head coach to think the same things are funny that I do. You just don't. You don't.
There you go.
Yeah, he's not a believer. Fat Sertan.
Oh my God. Quentin.
I'm sorry, man. Rough.
It was your resurgence. You were doing so well. I want to talk about Monday Night Game after Dallas.
Man, it might have been out of your control.
But yeah, so Dallas here, dude. If Jerry Jones re-signs Mike McCarthy, I think just the disconnect that you have there will be so apparent because what are you going to do? You're going to give him another like 3-year deal? You're going to give him just a 1 year and just be like, hey, it's a prove it yourself. Man, I'm telling you, McCarthy comes back and he is not the total problem there, but he is one of them.
Yeah,
And it's tough.
It looks bad too when Dan Quinn left, right? And Commanders, positive trajectory. Kellen Moore left, didn't work out with the Chargers, but like now the Eagles are back on track. The Eagles are back on track with Kellen Moore. I see it.
It's
so
just
those are
trust,
two guys you know would have liked to keep. Maybe have one as your next option. And the only way I'll side with Jerry Jones is if there's not a clear upgrade over McCarthy. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot of vacancies.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get Belichick, you can't get Vrabel. Who are the hot names after that? Like, what if he's your best option at some point? The Cowboys aren't the destination they used to be.
Sure.
And yes, Johnny, I do trust you enough to not watch.
It's the trust. It's the
I
trust.
him. The one time he leaves me a note.
I will say, to be fair, it's not like Jerry Jones is going to come out, I don't think, to the media and say, oh, no, we're not giving Mike McCarthy an extension. Yeah. His ass is gone at the end of the season, right? Because that's also if you are managing a team and owning a team, you shouldn't be like, oh, yeah, he's going to get fired. And that's it, because then nobody's going to do anything for the next 6 weeks. Yeah. So I think there's a level of that in which he's not going to blatantly say he's fired, he's done after this year. So maybe leaving the window open, but I can't think that McCarthy comes back, and it's unless, like you said, that they can't get a clear upgrade, but it seems like there just needs to be something different there. And I think that you're going to have a good amount of change for the Cowboys this offseason. Yeah. I don't know if Zimmer's going to be sticking around because that defense got significantly worse. They're going to have an interesting offseason, to be sure.
That's a good point. And I think Jerry, I think like the answer people would expect, though, would be like, we will address all of those things at the end of the season. We evaluate everything every offseason. Like, that's what we do. Jerry likes to zig or zag, whichever one. Is like, I don't know, maybe we'll just we'll give him an extension. You talking about firing him? I'm gonna give him a 10-year extension, you fucking assholes. Put me back on the radio so I can threaten your jobs again.
Literally was just about to make the radio joke. Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to bring Zeke back on a new contract too, motherfuckers.
Offensive lineman, baby. Yeah. You were surprised by this. Greg Dulcich getting released by the Broncos here and then getting picked up by the Giants.
It's just kind of, he's been inactive for like half the season, like 8 weeks maybe. It's surprising because I think there's some talent there. I don't think he fits what Sean Payton wants to do. And his strength was never blocking. And in this current iteration of the Broncos offense, it feels like every tight end on the field also has to be very good at blocking. And I feel like that's why they decided to not mess with Dulcich. Before that, it was just injuries every year. So I hope Dulcich gets a shot somewhere. Going to the Giants, I don't know if that's great for him.
Sure.
But, I mean, maybe Drew Lock's there. We got to watch former Bronco Drew Lock throwing to former Bronco Greg Dulcich. I wish nothing but the best for Dulcich. I saw somebody tweet, I wanted to love this man so bad. And I think that's how Broncos fans felt about Dulcich.
That's fair. I remember you hyping him up too, and you're like, we're waiting. But hey, 44, come after me.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Yeah. Bills can do it, but
yeah, so we're going to talk about some playoff clinching scenarios because we're already at that time, folks.
Oh, yeah, let me share.
You doing the simulator or the article first?
I got stimulation, the playoff machine.
All right, real quick, just so before we get into that. So right now, the teams that can clinch a spot right this second, or I should say this week, The Bills can do it. So if they win and Miami loses tomorrow on Thanksgiving, the Bills already clinch, which is pretty crazy. The Chiefs, they clinch a playoff spot if they win and Miami loses on Thursday, if they win and Denver loses on Monday, if they win and the Chargers lose and the Broncos tie, or if the Chiefs tie and Miami loses. So basically, if the Dolphins lose and the Bills and the Chiefs win, both the Chiefs and the Bills are going to clinch a playoff spot, and the Bills would clinch a division. That'd be the East. And the only other team, there's only one other team and only one team from the NFC who could do it this week, and that is the Detroit Lions. They get it with a Detroit win, San Fran loss, Arizona loss, Seattle loss, and Tampa loss. So there's a lot more that needs to go into that, but they could still do it. A lot more teams need to lose. Still possible because I think San Fran's probably going to lose against the Bills. Arizona, who knows if they pull themselves together. And then Seattle and Tampa. It's a little bit more complicated in the NFC, but you got 3 teams who could potentially clinch a spot this weekend. Sorry, continue.
Oh. How about now? Do I sound different now?
It just sounds like there's not a lot of bass or depth to it. Like I said, it just
Someone's like, do you have the right mic selected in StreamYard?
Yeah, that's why
I checked outside of StreamYard. I did not check inside of StreamYard. And no, I did not have.
Okay,
right
so
oh my God, change, you bastard.
Yeah, because there's just no bass depth. Hold on.
How about now? Is it still just the same?
It sounds a little bit different. It sounds a little bit heavier.
God dang it. Why wouldn't you just StreamYard?
Hey, got a fitty. Hold on. I got you. There you go. Perna got a fitty. I got you. Where is it?
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
It's 40.
Dude,
we're
it won't
getting
let me
out. Say again, buddy?
It won't let me switch my mic input.
It won't?
No, it's just picking up on my iMac.
If you go to settings, the audio and then the first stop mic, it won't let you click off of it. Is it just not recognizing? It's not an option?
No, it's there. It just, when I click it, it just goes right back to built-in microphone.
That's very odd.
Wow. Great.
Apologies.
Great.
Apologies. There are Vikings crying on the field. Yeah, so there's a couple different playoff simulators that are popping up. There's one like the New York Times have one that we played with last year. This one's from ESPN, which is always good. This is the current standings right now. So we looked at this on Monday too. So you had Lions and the Chiefs, of course, is the number 1 seed. 7 seeds being the Broncos and Commanders. 6 seeds, the Chargers and the... Oh, sorry. Before we go through this, I want to talk about that Monday night game real quick because I got to do a big shout out to the Baltimore Ravens defense because they played a lot better than I think a lot of people anticipated. And I know J.K. Dobbins, he's out with a sprained knee. He's going to miss a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But, once he left the field, it was definitely different on offense. But Ravens did a really nice job containing that Chargers offense. Bye, Brandon. So that was cool to see because that's kind of one of their weak points the entire season about that defense. I'm not saying it's all better now, but they've made some changes. And I think that maybe this is on the path to, being a little bit better. But most importantly, they're going to be tested very, very quickly on Sunday when they go up against the Eagles. That's going to be wild. Still not working, buddy?
Nope.
Nope.
My new mic, and it ain't doing shite. Man, it sounds so good in here, too. That's what's really bad.
So it's just not picking up on StreamYard. All right, that's weird.
It's terrible.
That's very
terrible.
Weird. Apologies. Like, it doesn't sound bad. It just, like I said, there's no depth to it.
Cool.
So it's just flat.
Shout out to iMac for making a great built-in internal microphone.
Let's go Pink Panther.
All right.
Anyway.
Vikings are Bruce Lee. The Lions, Chuck Norris. The Bears, Steven. Don't put Seagal in that mix. He's not a real martial artist.
Yeah, I don't know. But no, you know what? I would say the Vikings are Steven Seagal.
The Pretenders?
Yep, I'd say that's the Vikings are that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
First one, a blinks team will lose. Okay, I'm going to win this. This is easy. Oh, he just blinked, so I won that one again.
Dang it.
Yeah, I won't lose. I don't blink. Ever. Oh, blinked again. That's tough, Brandon. Anyway, are you still trying to mess with the microphone?
Yeah. Now I'm just mad.
We
can't even do a show anymore. It's over.
All right.
It's all over.
Hey, I don't think the prophecy is going to happen this time. I don't think so. All right, like I said, we talked about 3 teams that could clinch this weekend. Bills can clinch their division. Chiefs can clinch a spot. Lions can clinch a spot. You want to play this out and see what it looks like these last few weeks?
Yep.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
so what do we got to do here? We got to select every team's game they're going to win and lose to adjust the standings. Is that how this works?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, because you could just say like who we think is going to win these last few weeks, and then see who makes the postseason because of that. Perna, is Bronny the biggest Nepo hire in sports? I mean, buddy, you can look at the NFL. There's been a ton of Nepo hires in the NFL.
Yeah.
It is
It's
very,
usually in
very
coaching.
weird.
I feel like the biggest Nepo hires, but I don't know, man. If you have LeBron James DNA coursing through your body, I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. But no, I haven't watched the Lakers, so I don't fucking know.
I mean,
I know the Nuggets beat them a couple games ago.
He was just drafted because he's LeBron's kid, but this is also what he wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like you said, when it's LeBron James, I get it. You know, you're gonna say, okay, we're gonna go get this guy.
So
Whoa,
Cowboys, Giants, doesn't matter.
I take that.
All right, we got Packers Dolphins.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I think Packers win. It's in Lambeau.
Is that the Thanksgiving game?
Yeah, it's the night game. It's the primetime game.
Wow. Yeah.
Are you still good to stream tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna be doing Bears Lions tomorrow together, and then I'll be streaming the Packers Dolphins at the night.
And then Broncos have Monday night. Are we
Sure,
gonna do that too?
Yeah, we can do that too if you want.
Might as well.
Yeah, we're playing the Browns, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, Broncos. You got that one. You got that Thursday game in like a month.
Broncos are so back, baby.
Wow. So it's gonna be. Look at us. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be doing 4 prime time. That's gonna be crazy. All right. So you got the Colts.
I got the Colts.
That's tough, dude. I mean, we'll make these like picks official, but Steelers Bengals is tough.
I think we should give the Bengals a win here to make it interesting to see how we can get through this playoff machine.
All right, why not? I'm down with
And
that.
they have a chance.
Sure.
Oh, this is actually a really important game. Chargers Falcons.
Yeah, I think the Chargers should win
I
that game.
wish that I could believe in the Falcons here.
I just don't believe in them.
All right. But I mean, the Chargers without Dobbins, like, they're going to have to make up for his production. Their offense was different once he left that game. So
that's literally your comment was what I was just referring to when we were talking about on Monday and talking about the safety swap, because you brought that up on Monday, and look how the Ravens defense played. So again, I think we'll get a better idea after the Eagles game, but
that's a good point.
It's a good start.
And my counter to this would be, if Quentin Johnston catches those passes, I think we're right around 295 yards. There's one pass I think he's taken 40 or 50 yards alone. So
yeah,
I hope they've improved it though.
It'd be good 7. It would definitely.
We'll give
be
the
good.
Seahawks over the Jets.
Yeah,
they're
I don't
hot
know
right now, huh?
Trevor Lawrence is practicing, so like that's the thing. The Texans are a tough team to believe in right now. I might go with Houston.
I'll pick the Texans. Oh God, here's another. There's some important games.
Trust me, I know.
Week.
I got to record predictions after this, and I was looking at these games, going, "Oh boy, I don't know. Some of these are gonna be tough."
I'm sorry, Arizona.
Give it to Satan. Even like Commanders Titans, like Willow's playing a little bit better. I'm gonna go Commanders, but again, it's it's gonna be tough.
I think the Titans might win.
Okay.
Oh, I should do my picks today. God dang it!
Don't forget. Yeah,
I think
3
mine
games
was
tomorrow.
so bad last week.
Yeah, it's all.
I'm buying in on Tampa again.
Yep.
They're feisty, but this is good. This is a better game now than we thought it would be. I don't know, 3 weeks ago.
Hey, there you go. Jerry runs it all.
It wouldn't surprise us.
Ooh, Saints are on a little bit of a hot streak right now. Rams are
playing good every other week. I'll go Rams. Oh God, this week is such awesome
There's
football.
There's some games this week. I'm so excited for this Eagles-Ravens game, dude. It's gonna be
I'm gonna give it to the Eagles. I think it'll make the playoff seeding a little more interesting.
Okay.
And I think they're playing better right now.
Bills, I got over the 49ers.
Niners are a mess.
And then I got the Broncos.
Excellent.
All right. So let's just kind of speed through a little bit just so we can
take us to week 14.
Yeah. Oh God, that Thursday night. Yes, Bloodwire. It'll still be out. It'll be out later tonight. The predictions video. I'm going to record it after this. Johnny's going to edit it. But yes, even though it's a short week, predictions still going to be dropping today.
Nice. So this is a Thursday night game following a Thursday night game. So they get a week in between, right?
Yeah, they don't get the 10 days.
Yeah.
I know, Graham. It sucks, man.
I'm going to give the Lions the victory. I think it'll be a good game. We'll go Saints. Oh, this is another tough one. I think Steelers beat the Browns.
Give the Steelers this one. Time. Yeah, give this one. Ooh, Kirk Cousins revenge game.
Ooh. All right, let's give it to the Falcons just for fun. Bucks, Eagles,
Worms and poop
Titans,
Worms and poop
Dolphins. We're going to give the Bengals a win to keep it interesting.
Okay.
I want to give this to the Chargers, actually.
All right.
Bears will beat the Niners.
Well, we'll see how healthy the 49ers are. They might be
All right, this is the most important game of this week.
Dude,
Seahawks,
just give it to the Cardinals because Seahawks took the other one. Just make it nice and easy. Just make it nice and easy.
Okay.
All right.
So now the Bills got the 1 seed. Ooh.
Yeah, if they lose against the Chargers. Yep.
That's a chance.
It is pretty bad gold. It's pretty bad. It's going to be a bad movie too. So, yeah, exactly, HV. Maybe you can do that again. All right. So now you got
the Niners just because the Rams are going to choke there.
Okay. Ravens.
Easy win. God.
Not that it matters.
Jets,
but
Jags. Who's going to try and lose this game?
Trevor will probably be back. It's being played in Jacksonville. Maybe Trevor. Maybe they get it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh
my God! Please beat the Panthers to win. Okay.
Commanders beat the Saints, huh?
Okay. All right.
Or you think the Saints win?
I don't know. I mean, it's just the Commanders. Oh, I want to see what the Saints look like, this next week.
It's hard to say right now.
Yeah. Let's go Bengals again. You're still just giving the Bengals fans hope. I like that.
Oh.
KC, Kareem Hunt revenge game. I might go Dolphins right this second if they keep on looking good. Maybe.
Yeah, where are the Dolphins sitting here? Ooh, they're sneaking.
They're sneaking. They're getting there. Oh, Nathan, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Falcons could beat the Raiders.
I think
this is another good game. Bears, Vikings. By this point, though, I think the Vikings will be running away with it. I'll let you guys beat the Seahawks.
Yes. Eagles, Steelers will be interesting.
Great game.
Not Eagles.
I'm going to let the Bucks win one.
Lions, Bills. I think Saquon was over 60.
I'm going to give it to the Lions because they're at home. I'm going to give it to the Lions because they're at home.
Fair. Yeah, go Cards.
Oh.
Ooh. Well,
I'm going to give the Broncos this one. They're going to beat the Colts.
All right. Okay. All right. So
these are still the playoffs. Has anything changed from week whatever?
Hey, we're chilling at the 6th seed right now. We're rocking. I like this.
Okay.
I like this. Okay.
All right. So now Broncos get flexed into Thursday night. They wanted to be flexed into Thursday night. They go on the road, and I just feel like Chargers are going to win because we wanted this to happen. We wanted this game. We got this game. Something weird's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. Probably Chiefs.
Ooh.
Depends on how the Texans are playing at that point, but
God, Texans.
Yeah, I think the Bills would win. I think they would.
What about this game?
Be a close game though. That's gonna be a nuts game.
9-5. They're both 9-5 in this scenario right now.
Yeah,
it's as important of a game as you can have. Week 16.
There you go, Jeff.
I'm gonna give it to the Ravens at home.
Okay,
that's
all right. That's fair. Bills.
Yep.
All right, or the Patriots.
Yep.
Give the Rams. Why not?
Oh boy, now we're getting playoff implications galore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's just give the Commanders a little hope. An upset over the Eagles.
He sat out of practice yesterday. That's the update that we got. So he did not participate in practice.
Was he concussed?
Yeah, he was in concussion protocol from
just
Sunday's
plan on
game.
him not playing.
Yeah, exactly. For Thursday, I don't think he's gonna.
Yeah,
play.
you can't play on a Thursday game with a concussion.
You let the Falcons win over the Vikings. I hope your mic never works again. Here comes the revenge game.
Thanks, Crawl. Thank you.
That's it. All right. And then give it to the Bengals again. Why not? Just let them have fun. Let them have hope. Let them get there.
Can the Titans play spoiler here? We're the Colts. What's the Colts record right now?
In that scenario?
They're 5-7. They're out of it. I'm going to give it to the Titans.
Okay.
13-1. Upset. Bears beat the Lions.
I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. So
Vikings or Seahawks?
I think you should go to the Seahawks.
I know you think. I'm going to give it to Minnesota, though.
Yeah, he's going to the practice squad for now. I'm assuming he'll get called up eventually. But yeah, he's starting off going to the practice squad.
Raiders at this point, they're going to be in full tank mode. The Jags are going to beat them, and the Raiders will jump the Jags in the draft order. Dolphins, Niners. The Mike McDaniel versus Kyle Shanahan game.
That'll be a fun game.
I got to go Miami here.
God. That matchup between the Buccaneers and the Cowboys, that's prime time. Ugh.
All right, here we go. Nitty gritty.
All right, last 2 weeks. Christmas games. What do we got? Chiefs over Steelers.
I'm going Steelers.
Okay, Steelers go shoot, pal. I got Ravens over the Texans right now.
Fair.
Oh,
Seahawks will beat the Bears.
sure. Got Cards, Rams. Cards, maybe?
What are their standings?
They're in the 4th seed right now in this scenario.
All right, Seahawks, I gave it to Seattle. I'm going to give it to Arizona.
Okay, Chargers.
For sure.
Bengals and Broncos.
Yeah. So Denver, down the stretch, Denver's got their destinies in their hands. Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs. I'm kind of hoping the Chiefs have nothing to play for week 17.
It could happen. Who do you have right now? Bengals, Broncos. That's tough. It's in Cincinnati.
I got to believe in our defense. I got to give it to us.
Okay.
We lost to the Chargers in this scenario, right? We lost to the Chargers. We're going to beat the Bengals. Commanders, Falcons. Where's Tampa? They're this doesn't update down here, does it? No, 9-6 projected. So they're tied.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the upset. I'm going to go Commanders beat Atlanta. Indy, fine. Detroit, yes. Miami.
His bedroom is just filled with lightning bolts.
Buffalo. Titans. Bucks. All
Packers?
Right.
Come on, we got to split with the Vikings.
Okay.
Yes. Suck it, Vikings.
All right. So these are your okay. So Arizona is now the 4 seed because they are. Where's that? They are just ahead of. Oh, they're 2 games ahead of Seattle.
In the West.
It's over for Seattle. We ended it for Seattle without really realizing it.
I'm okay with it. I'll never forgive you.
Dang.
For the championship
I
game.
don't know if I feel that way though. I think Seattle. Is their last game? Seattle. Damn, no. I wish the Cardinals and Seahawks were playing the final week.
Oh, yeah. No, it would have been problematic. It would have been problematic. It would have been like, oh, there goes Aaron Rodgers again.
Yeah. I should erase one of those Cardinals wins. I really think the West will come down to whoever wins that final week, Seattle or Arizona at this point. I feel like the Rams are out and 49ers are out.
That's fair.
And that's crazy talk because it should be one of those 2 teams, but I don't know who. Yeah.
Personally, the Vikings might go to the Super Bowl, I think. I think expectations should be sky high. I think Vikings fans should be the most confident in the Minnesota Vikings, that they're the best team in the NFL. Definitely won't come crashing down.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So the Chargers in this, dang, I gave the Chargers a lot of wins. I was too nice to the Chargers. They're wrapping up the 5th seed. I'm going to give the
Huge
Broncos the win. KC's the 2 seed? Yeah, they are.
No, I think Vikings fans expectation should be the Super Bowl. And if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, they should be crushed. But they're going to win, so it's okay. Don't worry. Happy Thanksgiving. We're in a rebuilding year. You ain't winning crap, Minnesota. I swear to God. If it turns out to be... Let's wait.
Oh, no. See, this scenario is horrible.
What's going on? Oh, I like this scenario. The Packers
Broncos are
above the
out
Vikings.
in this scenario.
You eliminated the Broncos in our...
Yeah. So if the Chiefs, even if they win there, they're not going to get the 1 seed in this scenario. So I think the Broncos actually win. Oh, but that puts Miami in at the 7th seed over the Steelers. Dang, we got rid of the entire NFC, our AFC North. We didn't think this through, Tom.
No, the Packers finished as the 5th seed. I really like that. I think that this could not have gone better. Seahawks are gone. That's great too. Commanders, Wildflowers, happy and gets in. Finish above the Vikings. I think the NFC is going to finish just like that. I think we did a great job. Great job. That's it. Oh, what a time. What a time.
Yeah,
did you just get the Broncos back in there?
Yeah. Well, I just clicked on a bunch of things to see where we were at. But this is okay. I think this is likely though. So if the Bengals are out of it and they're basically a loss away from being there, the Steelers are going to win that final week because they need to, right? Cincy, you're going to give Cincy that much credit to be the upset?
Yeah.
Spoilers?
Well, I mean, Steelers, they might steal it, but yes, I think ultimately they're going to get it. The NFC, like, no joke, the records are probably going to be off. Like, I don't know if Arizona wins 11 games, but I wouldn't be surprised if it looks something like this for the NFC.
Sure, because it feels like the only surprises or the only mystery left is who wins the South and the West.
Yeah.
I think Eagles win East. Commanders will be 2nd place in the East.
Baker Mayfield goes Super Bowl.
You've got the gauntlet. That is the North. Unless like the Packers or Vikings just shark the bed through the rest of the season. So I think you'll have 3 from the North, 2 from the East.
Get those hopes up. Get them up.
Now I guess you could get 2 from one of these 2 divisions if those teams, if the Bucks and Falcons basically win out, or the Cardinals and Seahawks win out. And they can't win out. I think they play each other, but win most of the games. If you had to pick right now, do you think Tampa finishes ahead of Atlanta? And do you think Arizona? I think the Bucks finish ahead of Atlanta, but I think the Seahawks will finish ahead of the Cardinals. I think the Seahawks are playing more complete football right now than we saw from Arizona this last week. Obviously,
so Buccaneers. So here's the thing: we're talking about winning out. I don't know if it's that crazy, to be honest with you. They got the Panthers, who they should beat. They got the Raiders, who they should beat. The Chargers are going to be a tough game. Chargers will be tough. So I think that's one. Cowboys, they should win. Panthers, again, they should win. And then it's the Saints. So I think like it's a very real possibility that the Buccaneers only lose one more game.
Yeah. I just, after the Broncos annihilated the Falcons, I have no hope for Atlanta.
Well, so because the Falcons schedule, right? Because they have to still lose some games for Tampa to get above them because the Falcons have already swept them. The Falcons are playing the Chargers. That's going to be a tough game. But again, J.K. Dobbins will be out, so maybe. Then they're playing the Vikings. That's already going to be a tough game. They should beat the Raiders. They should beat the Giants. Commanders, I think, will be a toughish game. And then they got the Panthers again. So there's 3 games in there that are at least going to be tough for the Falcons. And I think that the schedule for the Buccaneers is a good chunk easier. So I don't know. The winning out might be a lot, but I see them maybe losing another game. The Saints game could be tough at the end. But I think just the Falcons and the way they're playing, what Falcons team are we going to get for the rest of the season? Because I just don't think that I have a ton of faith in them right now based off how they've been playing. So,
I think the bye week came at a good time for them. If they're able to reset, this is the time to do it. So,
Eagles 1 seed. I mean, they got to have the Detroit lose a couple games.
Yeah.
They got to have them lose. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point too, Liz. Like the Panthers have been playing better. They went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. So like I'm not saying it's an automatic win, but the Falcons got to play them too. They got to play them in the last game of the season.
And then for the AFC, this makes sense to me. Buffalo, probably the only team from the AFC East. Now, the Dolphins have a chance. The Colts have a chance in the South. Mm-hmm. If I got to pick one of those two teams, I'm going with the Dolphins to sneak in over the Colts. Tua's he's a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson right now. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm going to pick that. It's very simple there. Will the AFC West get 3 teams in? I don't know. Will the AFC North get 3 teams in? It's possible with the Bengals, but I think the West has a better chance. The question is, do the Dolphins sneak in and bounce either the Broncos or Chargers, depending on how the rest of the season goes for those 2 teams? That's what it's going to come down to in the AFC, I think.
That's fair.
How Denver handles the Browns on Monday, I think will be telling for how they're going to be able to finish the season, because we just saw Cleveland upset the Steelers. Weird, tough game. Jameis wasn't turning the ball over a lot. I think it's going to be a challenge for the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'll have just a slight better read on them as projecting for the conclusion of the season. But this feels pretty close, I think, for the AFC. Even if, like, maybe, I gave the Chargers a win too many, or even the
records could be a little bouncy. Yeah, because the NFC, you were talking about the South and the West, right? The West is the same argument, talking about that. The Cardinals' remaining schedule is against the Vikings. It'll be a tough game. Seahawks, that'll be a tough game because we saw it this past week. Yeah. Patriots, I think they'll win. Then it's the Panthers again, Rams, and then 49ers. 49ers are probably going to be healthier. It's just who knows who they're going to be playing. And then the Seahawks, they got the Jets. They got the Cardinals again. Then they got the Packers. Then they got the Vikings. Then they got the Bears. Then they got the Rams. I feel like just that NFC North gauntlet might be tough for the Seahawks. That might be tough.
Never say never.
But it's a bit of a nightmare.
To that Chiefs point, it doesn't really matter if they
CBD might
it's going to be the Chiefs or the Bills that finish at the top of the AFC. We kind of know that. So the Chiefs will either get a bye or they'll be the 2 seed. They could lose. They could lose a game or two for sure.
I don't think they'll miss the playoffs, the Ravens.
No, the Ravens are missing the playoffs.
I don't think they'll miss it.
No way.
Especially if their defense is improved. Yeah, not even unlikely that commies get. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Commanders could collapse. I think that's very possible. I think the West is probably just going to have 1 team. The South is probably just going to have 1 team. Yeah, it's 6 games left. It's going to.
Yeah. The Commanders get bounced if Arizona and Seattle keep winning. They're at 7-5. Those 2 teams are at 6-5, right? So, yeah, Commanders got to
play each other once
to get in for sure. I might maybe giving them a little too much credit for previous work this season. Happy Thanksgiving, Dish. But
I didn't see that. The last thing I saw about a name change happened, I want to say, is like months ago. Near the beginning of the season, they said they're not going to bring the old name back.
Yeah, they're not.
I think if anything, it's going to be a brand new name.
No.
I would assume so. Plus, then they get to sell more merch. So there's that. Yeah, the Cardinals and the Seahawks are the one I'm not very confident about, just because I think that's going to come down. And if the Falcons come out and start playing damn well, then we might see a little bit of a difference. I just have a really tough time believing in Atlanta right now.
Sure.
I do.
It's the way they lost.
So yeah, exactly. Cardinals fans, no. Cardinals fans, no.
dude, if Gardner Minshew and the Raiders without Devontae Adams are outperforming the Falcons against the same opponent, that's why we're worried about Atlanta, I'd say.
Listen, it's genius business. Just keep on changing your team name like every few years, and you just rake in that cold hard cash.
Yeah.
The Lions will not lose 3 games. I mean,
I don't have them losing 2 in this scenario.
All I'm going to say is don't discount the games they got to play, especially against the division. They got the Bears on Thanksgiving, which I think they'll win. Yeah. Packers, I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to. Call me a homer, whatever. Yeah. Bills, I think it's going to be a tough game. Bears, again, like in Chicago.
Vikings.
Never know. 49ers and then Vikings. Like, they don't have an easy schedule in terms of a bunch of divisional games.
The Lions could easily lose 2 games down the stretch here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean they're not the best team in the league.
As always,
it's who they're playing when they're playing these teams. But I'm
just saying. It could be fun. It's gonna be fun. Oh, I got you, fam. Of course. This is what I hope happens. Daniel Jones throws a game-sealing interception in the playoffs.
No! Make him come. No! They're Minnesota Vikings crying on the field.
Mm-hmm. KOC can do that to Dan Jones when you think about it.
Oh, yeah? Cranberry sauce. Hey, can clear up, some issues. It's good for you. We'll take that.
Zombie. Hey.
Well, no, I'm counting them out from the playoffs, but no, they could ruin some seasons. The Panthers, the way they've been playing, they could ruin some seasons. Bryce Young, I'm so happy for Bryce Young, the way he's been playing. Absolutely. Let's do it. Rock. All right. So Packers lose only 1 more game. The Packers' schedule is not the worst. It's not the worst. So they have the Dolphins. The Dolphins, the 13. I don't think they go 13-4. I think that they're going to finish around 11 wins. So I think Dolphins, close game. Lions could be a loss. It's going to be a tough game. Seahawks, going to be interesting. I think they beat the Saints. Vikings, I think they split with them. And then the Bears, I think that they should be able to beat. I think they lose maybe 2 more games. Maybe 2 for the Packers. That's kind of where I'm at.
There we go. I think this could happen.
Brayden, I agree. Why are you kicking out my Packers? Why would you do this to me?
They lost too many games, my friend.
What games do you have them lose?
You just said schedule's not too bad. You cursed yourself. You just got booted.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, in that case, I will just...
You're welcome, Minnesota and Detroit. Your vaunted Packers out of the dance completely.
I'm just going to cry. I'm just great.
And you know what?
Great.
Real crazy here.
What are you doing?
Let's get real crazy here.
Oh my God. Yep. Nope. Just keep it going. Yep. There you go. That's just now Perna's just pushing buttons.
No.
On many levels.
And smart. Okay, they already lost there.
Are you just making the Chiefs miss the playoffs?
I did it. They're out. Oh, have mercy. Dude.
Thank you, Solo. Love you, Solo.
The Broncos and the Chargers playing in the playoffs because the Chiefs lost all of the games to end the season. This would be so fun. It would just be Bo Nix and Herbert just shaking hands every time they went off the field. Okay, good. At least get whoever wins. Good season to you, sir. My friend from Oregon. Good season to you.
You're ruining this, Perna. No, what you need to do is have the Chargers play the Dolphins in the wild card round. The Tua versus Justin Herbert god awful narrative that has been around forever.
No, it'll
be
the most toxic
this week. The most toxic game you will ever see.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Hey, if the Cowboys snuck into the playoffs and then just lose after all that, I would die laughing. And that leads to a McCarthy extension.
Yeah. Tua and Herbert each have one playoff loss too? Is that also correct?
Say again?
Because Tua didn't start that year
No.
when they lost to the Bills.
Correct.
That was that weird
Skylar
Skylar Thompson game.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Dolphins Chargers would be a really good wild card matchup.
Okay. All right, Saad. See, I don't hasn't played a real defense.
Okay.
We'll see.
He's got a great offensive dude. If you're leading the league in yards, he's got a ton of touchdowns. He's catching passes. Saquon's good.
Yeah, Dean's probably right there. Dean's probably right.
No.
Dean's probably right.
Nope. Shut up, Dean.
That's probably it.
Shut the fuck up, Dean.
Not making the playoffs, but I think you would take that. In a rebuild year, the Broncos don't make it, but the Chiefs also don't make it. I think you'd take that. Ooh.
Ooh. I don't know. I have a new restored faith. I am believing so hard that
he's believing.
Just get me in. Okay. We'll upset the Chiefs. Give me the Broncos Chiefs round 1.
Dude, that would
be the Chiefs or the Steelers. Those are the 2 teams I want to play wild card weekend. Quite honestly.
That'd be nuts. Perna, what do you got coming out, buddy?
Power rankings.
All right. Beautiful. Predictions will be out later today. I'm also going to be doing November Q&A for Patreon and YouTube members tonight as well. Perna and I will be streaming the Lions-Bears game tomorrow, and I'll be streaming the Bears-Dolphins game for primetime on Thanksgiving. I'll be streaming the Black Friday game as well. We're going to be rocking and rolling. Steelers versus Lions Super Bowl.
No.
I don't think it's Steelers. Well, of course, always go to Super Bowl. But, folks, we appreciate the hell out of you. We'll see tomorrow. Can you put the Packers back in?
It's too late. I've already done too much damage. I'll do you one better. I'll just make it disappear.
I mean, it's in Seattle. Trust me. There's no Packers fan that is going to have 100% confidence heading into that. Just the same exact way with the 49ers game. Even if they're injured to hell, even if they're not looking good, because of all of the trauma that you have given us over the years. So, yeah. Oh, Packers, Dolphins. Did I say that wrong? Yeah, Packers, Dolphins, and of course, Bears, Lions tomorrow. But, folks, we appreciate the hell out of you. I'll see you later on tonight and, of course, tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. If I don't see you, have a fantastic Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you reached your destination.
Oh, where are they?
They are at built-in microphone.